Bitcoin is up 126% from the cycle low in November of 2022. We have an indicator which has flipped positive, and typically from this point, we don't see it flip back until the next bear market. This is going to cause a lot of max pain for the unfortunate people who have been sitting on the sidelines, hoping, dreaming, waiting for Bitcoin to break past 19,000 or 20,000 and also break past the cycle low. It's very unfortunate, but in this video, I hope to deliver you some more data, some more indicators that can show you how this has occurred so that you don't fall into that trap again next time. There's still some great upside potential to come for Bitcoin, which then typically spills over into the altcoin market. And not only that, we've also got the stock markets basing out, continuing, ready to continue their uptrend, along with real estate. So it's looking like good times ahead based on the data that is coming through. But don't forget, there is most likely a mega collapse that will follow in the years to come. But in the short term, in this year, in 2024 as well, it's probably likely we're going to see further upside from the market. So don't miss out again following the fear porn out there. Hit the subscribe button here on the channel and like the content up. There is months and months and years of data that we have gone through here showing how these lows have formed and how the markets have continued up from that point. And if you want to stay subscribed so that you get this information, link is in the top of the video description plus on the homepage here. Subscribe, name, email address, absolutely free crypto and economic report over there. And I'll talk more about the membership later with the guys trading the markets really, really well. Let's start with an update for the S&P 500 as we are testing the 4,200 point level. It's now bounced away from that. We're on a weekly chart here as we have a few days to go. We drop it down to the daily. 2 days ago, we saw the market drop to almost dead on that 50% level from the December low into the current peak. Now that takes us down exactly 9.09% from that high. You may recall, if you've been following the videos on the channel, that in these bull markets, the starts of these bull markets, which is now a technical bull market from the October 2022 low for the S&P, and of course, for the rest of the markets, for Bitcoin and crypto, that is, we want to see the stock markets going up because there's not going to be any new money coming into crypto unless there is a bull market going on with the traditional markets. It's a risk game, and you don't want to be putting your money into riskier assets unless you see the stock markets and the rest of the markets going up. So in terms of bull markets, that's how we got to that technical point. The objective data has stated that we are now in a bull market. The declines are typically single digit. Looking back on that data like we have on the channel, we see rough single digit declines through these stages. Now, there are double digits, typically around that 10 to 15%, and that doesn't happen every single year. Like we can see from climbing out of the low, the S&P got very close to a double digit there, 9.3%. This is your October low, and the market went up into December, and then a little fallback here after 9 days or 7 trading days to 9.37%. Now, if we take this off just for some clarity here, let's have a look at the February top down to the banking crisis low, 8.77%. So quite close to the same decline that we saw just a couple of months earlier. Now, if we have a look at where we currently sit, as I just pointed out, we're at 9.09%. Now, you could go back like I did in the previous videos and check out a lot of these declines. Not all of them are going to sit in the single digit, but there is a vast majority of them that do sit in the single digits. And like I said, if you have been following, you probably remember me saying that over and over and over again. It's typical to see single digit declines, and maybe at the very worst, we get into that rough 10 to 12-ish%. Now, that would take us all the way back down to these lows, which is probably unlikely. And it seems like the market is trying to form a base here, like we talked about in late September, where we see the price basically come back and test again. We didn't get the exact low, but remember, we're not trying to pick the exact lows. It is just looking for a base forming in the market. And that's essentially what has been happening here through September, even all the way back to August when we got the first dump from the July top. We've basically been forming a low between 4,200 points and roughly 4,350 to 4,400 points. If you look at the percentage from that low to the current low, it's about 3% difference, and to the current closing price, it's 1.8%. 8% difference. So you're within a reasonable window to be forming a base here for the S&P 500, even though some of the economic data can say otherwise, telling us that the markets do need to collapse and we need a reset and all that sort of jazz. We are focused on what the charts are telling us, and the charts have been true to us all year, showing us higher highs and higher lows. That is an uptrend. All right, let's move on to the Nasdaq. Same sort of deal here, as we've been pointing out. It's just in a stronger position. Higher highs, higher lows, except it's gone on a much bigger run than the S&P 500. Sure, it's the top 7 stocks, being that they're in tech as well. They are leading this market and pulling it up higher, but you can't deny that the markets have been up, and essentially high highs, high lows equals an up market. We are more than 20% away from the lows, which is a technical bull market. It's not my opinion here on the channel. It's the technicalities of defining what a bull market is and a bear market. But of course, there's a lot of fear porn out there that catches the attention of the masses and they get swept up in that. So you're not here to get swept up in what the masses do. You're here to make money. And as you can see from the lows that are forming here, that base is getting even closer than what the S&P is showing. So the S&P is more spread out. The Nasdaq is very tight on these lows. They have been higher lows from August into October. We just got a little bounce down and then a nice stronger close above, which, if you remember back to the cycle low, it's very similar to what happened in October. You had a little low here in early October, the 3rd, like we had on the 3rd or 4th of October. It swept the low a week and a half later, and then we got another close one here in November and started to make a rounding base pattern here before we got a higher low, and the rest is history from that point. Are we going to repeat it? It seems like we're rhyming at this stage. So things are looking like they are basing out. Typically, at the lows, the masses don't want to buy because they're fearful of further downside or much greater further downside. But of course, we're not trying to pick the exact low. We just need to know the general trend. Looks like the general trend is up based on the technicals, and it looks like the market is trying to form another base at a higher low point. 32 weeks ago, Bitcoin broke out of the accumulation zone after the banking crisis in March. This is the MVRV. Let's do an update of where we currently sit and what happens after this indicator turns positive. So we've got 32 weeks ago, the breakout here, that was the accumulation zone. Now my filter is this yellow line here that you can see that's at negative 0.2. If the market crosses that, or if this indicator goes above 0.2, typically you won't see it drop back under into that green accumulation zone. Doesn't mean the price can't come back down into a price range that was similar to that zone, but it's unlikely that you'll see another initial accumulation like we saw when the indicator was in the green zone. And once this indicator jumps into the positive, like you can see here, it's 0.13. Again, it's very unlikely that the market is going to fall back into that accumulation zone. And it seems like we're on the way up, stair-stepping into the next reaccumulation zones. So things are going to get very, very difficult for those who are still sitting on the sidelines, listening to the fear porn, hoping and waiting for bigger downside targets, telling them that the world will have a collapse and the stock markets are signaling more downside corrections, and they're hoping and waiting for that. That is a fool's game to play, and unfortunately it's called the dumb money, and I hope you're not part of that dumb money. That's just your technical terms out there in the financial space, and it is very unfortunate that they're missing these signals because of the fear. It's essentially told us that we're seeing higher highs and higher lows. The market trend is up. We've got plenty of our 50% indicators to show us that. We have our TIA Gann swing indicator showing us that the trend is up, and to respect the trend when it is up. The volume has shown that as well. And over the past 12 months, we've gone through looking at where the market has bottomed. We also looked at June as a potential bottom for the market, which was a very good time now looking back on it, which is exactly what we talked about in those videos. Because we don't know where the exact low is going to be, we just have a rough idea of where the low might form between these price ranges based on the indicators and the signals that the market is throwing our way. It's our job to read that the best way that we know how, and of course that comes with more and more experience. So here's a good time that I can throw you another shill link, which is the top of the video description. Jump in on that. It's TIA Crypto. That has the premium course in there as well. And as you can see from a lot of the members there, they're making some very significant gains. This is just in the last day when Bitcoin took off as well. And it just makes those gains even easier based on a lot of the strategies and the signals that we discuss in the group. So check that link out. We've got a sale on for the next 24 hours. Link up here. You'll get that email with the sale discount code as well. All right, back to Bitcoin and looking at the history of the signals and indicators that we've gone through here. All of this stuff is in the premium course. So I hope that you are getting it and learning how to read these markets and stay away from that fear porn. All right. So looking at this indicator, we are at 32 weeks from the breakout. I want to know what happens next. How long is it going to be until we could see it back in this zone? And then what can we do about it? So 39 weeks this time around was the accumulation. So we know for next time as well. And then of course we want to see how high can this thing go. I've probably thrown it into the title or the thumbnail somewhere as well. So going back into the previous cycle, we've got an average here of how long the market stays in these green zones. The previous cycle was in the green zone for 23 weeks before it broke out and then flipped to the positive, like you can see here on this week that has the up arrow right here. So 23 weeks, then we had the breakout to the up arrow there. That brings us to 23 here. Currently, we have the 39, and then two previous cycles were 64 and 45. So that 64 broke into the green zone there and broke out after hitting the filter, which is something that I've put on here, is at that 64th week. What has happened since that breakout, and this is where the market flipped positive, as you can see that it has gone on a significant run. This case here was 81%. That was 2016. And then in 2019, when it broke out going into the positive, so we look down here looking at the positive negative 0.15, and then the flip to the positive 0.34, then that went on a run of 149% to the upside. We did have the Black Swan event here where it dropped in for another 3 weeks, giving us one of the best buying opportunities. But of course, as we've covered that, most people weren't buying at that stage. They were selling, and it was just the smart money getting in at that point. You can see from that point when we turned positive again, 0.29, the market went on a 36% run, but it had a very, very strong bounce out of that low already. And then we go back to the previous cycle as well, 45 weeks in the green zone before it broke out, hit the filter, and then burst out again, 128%. So rather than do an average of those, I just want to play it conservative and just use the lowest target plus the medium target here, which is 80%, because 128 is pretty crazy. 149% is pretty crazy. You've got 36% and 81%. So using our trusty tools here, from the low to 36% takes us out roughly $41,000 to 80%. This is where things get wild. That brings us up to about $54,000. Is it 100% guaranteed to get there? Of course not. I hope you can understand that now, but we're just having some rough targets. The one I like the most is 36% because of where that sits us with our 50% levels. So 50% of this current move was 32K. We've broken out of the 32. This was the monthly lower swing top, which is a critical level to understand, to the cycle low. 50% looks like we're about to break out of that level. 5 more days to go. We still got to wait on a close here for the week, and for the month we'll have 6 more days to go until this month closes. But if we take this to the all-time high, then our 50% level is at 42,200. So looking at the 36% increase sits us around that $40,000 to $41,000. Doesn't mean we have to sit exactly at 37% increase. 42K 200 would take us at around 41%. So looking at that weekly chart again, from the low, 42, roughly to 42% up takes us to the 50% level, which I've talked about on previous videos, is a level that I suspected the market would hit before the halving, but I thought it might be another few months from now. Now, I've just had that big breakout of 32K, so we're not too far away from $45,000 so far, about 23%. So well within the possibility of Bitcoin hitting that level. Breaking through it is another thing that I've talked about in these videos before. That's why I continue to stress subscribing to the channel, at least putting the notification bell on, which is, I don't know, somewhere down here. You guys will be able to find it. You're smart enough to do that. And seeing how this continues to play out. We are hitting those targets. Some of these are happening a little quicker than anticipated, and some of them are taking a little longer. Nonetheless, as long as we're in tune with the trend, buying in close to the lows, selling out around the tops, we make the chunk of profit in the middle. The worst thing we can do is remain stubborn in the face of a rising market and hoping that it's going to go back down because someone on YouTube told us it would, based on some other fundamental data that says it should, rather than just following what the charts have been telling us. Markets have been going higher. This is how the masses continue to miss out because they just aren't reading what the charts are saying. So with that little rant aside, you can now see that the upside isn't that too far away, especially as we're broken through that 32K level. As I said, let's give it another 5 to 6 days. We need to see the week close and we want to see the monthly close as well to see if we can remain above that $32,000 level. It's going to be critical at this stage. Based on the data, it seems like we do have some significant potential to continue to push higher. And based on, from what I'm seeing with the market sentiment, those bears that have been waiting for the lower prices might get squeezed into positions with some FOMO. Let me know in the comment section if you are in fact feeling that FOMO, because I guess a lot of people have been waiting for further downside. Don't be afraid. It gets it out in the open and clears your mind of any of the, mistakes, so that we can move forward and hopefully gain from the markets instead of making the mistakes over and over and over again, listening to the fear porn. So the timeframes from when the market breaks out of this zone to when it enters the zone again, minus the black swan, last cycle was roughly 163 weeks. So just over 3 years. Of course, this is all lining up pretty well with the 4-year cycle as well, low to lows, peaks 3 years after, etc. Look again, we have the breakout in December 2015, and then it entered the zone again 154 weeks later. So almost dead on 3 years. And we can go back to the cycle before that. Here is your breakout point, or at least the positive flip from the negative to the positive on the MVRV up to these levels here. So that's roughly 114 weeks. So about 2 years in that time frame. And this was the cycle before that had slightly insufficient data, let's say. So for the last 2 years, which is more quality data, roughly 3 years until we see that again. This is all again lining up with the 4-year cycle as well. So entering, and it left it here. Where does that take us now? If we go forward roughly 154 to 164, 154 weeks is February 2026 until it enters that again. So that could be a peak in that time, and then the bear market to hit into the buy zone roughly February of 2026. We take it out to 163, 164, potentially April or May of 2026. That's only one indicator. Let's see how the market progresses from that. I think that's relatively interesting to see where this market could enter another buy zone for BTC just based on the MVRV. I'm not basing my entire plan on this. I think it's just an interesting indicator to keep track of, because so far it's been working relatively well as a good accumulation zone on Bitcoin, and then tells you that the market is leaving this zone, and in previous cycles it doesn't come back to this zone minus the black swan. It typically continues to take off, and once it hits positive, it hasn't come back on the weekly chart. It hasn't come back to the negative on this reading, which just leads to further and further upside and the market continuing to take off a little quicker than it has done previously, which leads to the FOMO, the max pain to the upside. The bears get destroyed, the bulls are all happy, then the thing flips again. The bulls are too happy, bears get involved, and the market flips down. Hit the like and subscribe. Check out the video, it's popping up on your left-hand side. Heaps to get through. Don't go anywhere. Hope that gave you a bit of clarity for what's potentially coming next. The 50% level, keep an eye on that $42,000 level. And of course, I think the last half of this year, or this last quarter now, could be very interesting now that we've broken that $32,000 level. See you at the next video. Till then, peace out.